How's it going, everyone? It's Ben Foggins Media Corner back again with a brand new video for today. Welcome back to the movie review wake for a soul review video for today. This time for this new episode for the series is gonna be my review on the 2022 biographical psychological drama, and that is Blonde. Now, this is written and directed by Dominik, who you may know him as the director of Chopper, the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, and Killing Them Softly. And this film is basically a fictionalized biopic in which this film takes a look at the rise to fame and epic demise of one of the biggest stars of the world, in which this film showcases the life of Marilyn Monroe, who in this movie is portrayed by Ana de Armas. So that's pretty much the story of Blonde. Now, I was looking forward to this movie at first, but before this film was even released, there's been a lot of controversy all over the internet surrounding this movie, and there was quite a few reasons why this was met with a lot of controversy. One was because of the casting choice of Marilyn Monroe, because in this film she's portrayed by Ana de Armas, whom you may know this actress from various films such as Blade Runner 2049, Knives Out, and No Time to Die. And I do think she's a really good actress, and I definitely think she has become a really good actress in most recent years and all that. And another reason why this film was met with controversy was because of the way this film was going for and all that, from its tone and all that. And another reason why this was very controversial was because of the rating, because this is not an R-rated film or anything like that. This is actually an NC-17 film, and we don't tend to get movies with that rating nowadays and all that. But this was in fact the very first, but this made history when this was actually the very first NC-17 film to be released on streaming service, because this film was released on Netflix and all that, since this is a Netflix film and all that. And but from all of that, I was still looking forward to this film because of there was a few reasons why. One was because of this was a new biopic, and I do tend to enjoy biopics. Like, we've had some pretty good biopics in most recent years and all that. And you also have some talented people in this film, and like I said, you have Ana de Armas, but you also have in the film Oscar winner Adrien Brody, who you may know him from The Pianist, and you also have Bobby Cannavale, who you may know him from the Ant-Man movies as well as The Irishman, and various other films as well. And you also have some other very talented people here and there in this film as well. And I never saw the trailer when it first dropped by or anything like that, but I did watch the trailer before I did check out this film and stuff like that. And this film came out just last year in September all over the world. And I didn't watch this on release day when it came out, because I was seeing some other things around the time when this was released. But I did manage to finally watch this film a month later after it was released. So I did watch this film last year in October on Netflix. And after watching this whole film, I gotta say that this is definitely one of the most bizarre yet disturbing films that I've ever seen in recent years. Yeah, and I could definitely see like why a lot of people are very polarized with this film here, because this film was met with a lot of polarizing reviews here, because critics and audiences were very divisive with this movie here, and I can never see like why this has become one of the most controversial films of 2022 here, you guys. But there's still awesome stuff that I did like in this film, namely Ana de Armas' performance as Marilyn Monroe, which I thought she was terrific in this film, and I like how she provides her emotions throughout the entire film, which I thought she did a really great job from all that. Like, there are times when she's like really sad, and there are times when she like descends through darkness and all that, through her life that she went through and all that. And I thought she did a really great job from all that throughout the entire film. And as for everyone else who in this film, which, like I said, you've got Adrien Brody, Bobby Cannavale, I thought everyone else for the most part were great for the acting talent here as well. And as for the direction by Dominik and the cinematography in this film, I thought it wasn't too bad for the most part. Like, for the scenes outside of its dark moments, which when it comes to scenes outside of its dark moments, I thought moments like that were pretty beautiful and all that. Like, it showcases the sets, the costumes, and the timing of the film. I thought all that looked pretty beautiful for the most part. But when it comes to moments, when it gets to its like very dark moments in the film, they did kind of feel like rough around the edges and all that, and they did kind of feel difficult for me to watch and all that, because it was kind of hard for me to see what was going on and all that. And when it comes to the story for this film, I thought it was pretty fascinating and all that, like how Monroe became, rising, how she rose to and like how Monroe rose to fame and all that, and how she became, the most iconic figure in history and all that, and all that. But when it depicts like her life going downhill and all that, and it goes into epic descent and all that, it was really disturbing for me to watch and all that, and it was very difficult for me to sit through and all that, because this film was going for like its exploitative tone and all that, and I could definitely see like why this film has become very controversial here, because this film was met with a lot of controversy and all that, from its tone to the rating of this film and all that. And also there are some pacing issues with the film and all that, since this film is only 2 hours and 46 minutes, which I thought the runtime was not too bad, but it's just that there are some scenes in the film that do tend to drag on here and there through some of the acts in this film and all that. But in the end, guys, Blonde, like I said, I didn't hate this film or anything like that. I just didn't mind it for the most part. There was some stuff I did like in this film, but there definitely are a lot of issues with this film and all that, mainly due to its whole controversy and all of that, through what this film is going for and all of that. But there are a few ways I would recommend it. If you're a fan of like Marilyn Monroe or you're a fan of the cast, this may be a cup of tea here. And if you do have Netflix, it is available to stream on Netflix for free. So that's pretty much all I'd say about Blonde. I'm going to give Blonde 3 out of 5. Like I said, I did not mind this film because there are some stuff I did like in this film, but for everything else that was surrounding this whole film, yeah, I could definitely see like why a lot of people are very divisive with this film here, and I could definitely also see like why this is a very controversial film of 2022 here as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching for my ACAF first review on Blonde, and let me know what you think of this movie if you have seen this already or if you just recently checked out this film. Did you really enjoy this, or was this not really a cup of tea? As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been Falcons Media Corner signing off.